No men are foreign. James KIRKUP. The title of the poem, No Men Are Foreign, means that no men belong to another country. The poet wants to say that all men are same, all men are equal. He wants to promote the concept of universal brotherhood. In this poem, the poet wants to tell us that everyone in this world is same. All people, all men are same. They eat, live, die the same way. Everyone gets the bounties of nature like sunshine, land, etc. in equal measure. We can also say that it is a peace poem. Now let's read and realize the universal theme of the poem. Stanza 1. Remember, no men are strange, no country is foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes. Like ours, the land our brothers walk upon is earth like this, in which we all shall lie. In the first line of the first stanza, the poet says that no men are strange and no country is foreign. So, the poet is attempting to remove the borders from the earth, which have been erected to separate different countries. Then only no country will be foreign. We will feel every country as our own land when there will be no borders. Everyone will be free to move around. The poet wants to say that the entire earth is one, and all the people who live on this earth belong to one human race. Then the poet says that inside the uniforms worn by soldiers of different countries, the human being is the same. God has made all of us in a similar way. All breathe in the same way. Then the poet says that all the soldiers are our brothers. We all walk upon the same Mother Earth, and upon our death shall lie in the grave in the same earth. Stanza 2. They too, aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvests, by war's long winter starved. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor not different from our own. The first word in the first line of the second stanza, we can see the word they, which refers to those people who belong to other countries. We call them foreigners and discriminate them and fight with them also. The poet says that nature has given all the bounties to all people also, just like he has given to us. Everyone gets sunlight, air, and water in equal measure, which means that God does not differentiate between people from different countries. We all do farming during the time of peace, when there is no war. We live a relaxed life and eat the things given to us by nature. Further, he adds that the way we starve during wars and winter time is the same for those belonging to other countries. Even they do not get food at that time. So, the poet wants to say that foreigners who belong to another country and we both are same. And then the poet says that even their hands are same as ours. They work very hard just like we do. The poet is giving all these examples to convey to the reader that there is no difference in us and the people belonging to another country. Third stanza. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be won by love. In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. In the third stanza, the poet asks the reader to remember something. He says that we should keep in mind that the people of another country, whom we think to be our enemies, have been bestowed by God with similar appearance like us. God has given them eyes like ours, which open when awake and close when we are asleep. Similarly, He has given them strength, which we can win through love. Then He says that in every country, in every land, there is one common thing, that is life. Life means all the things that are living, and if we can recognize them and if we can understand their feelings and realize that they are like us, then there will be no fights or wars between us. Stanza number 4. Let's remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray, condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other. In this stanza, the poet says that we should remember that whenever someone tells us to hate a person from another country, to think him as our enemy, and whenever we think someone to be our enemy, then we deprive ourselves, we cheat ourselves, and we condemn ourselves. Then the poet says that we should stay away from such negativity. We should not consider anyone to be our enemy. During a war, both the parties must bear the loss, and that is why the poet says that war is not in our favor. He says that whenever we pick any weapon against someone, we should remember one thing. Let's discuss the thing in the next stanza. This is the final stanza of the poem. It is the human earth that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign and no country is strange. In this final stanza of the poem, the poet again says that we should keep in mind that whenever we pick weapons against any person, we make the earth dirty, because weapons kill people and their bodies which fall on the earth make it dirty. Whenever war happens, it leads to a lot of bloodshed, fire, and death. These dead bodies accumulate on the earth and it make it impure. The fire of war which erupts, the smoke which comes out, the dust which fills the air, it is so dirty that it pollutes and outrages the purity of the air. With all these things, the poet wants to give us a message that we should not indulge in war. And finally, he ends the poem by writing the first line in reverse and saying that, remember, no men are foreign and no country is strange. Hope you all have enjoyed this wonderful poem. Now let's discuss the literary devices used in this poem. Firstly, let's check the rhyme scheme of the poem. We can see that the entire poem is written in free verse. That means there is no rhyme scheme in the poem. Next literary device, that is alliteration. It is the repetition of a consonant sound in two or more closely placed words. For instance, we can see in the first stanza, body breathes. The b sound is repeated. So, here the poet has used alliteration. In stanza 2, war's winter, the sound w is repeated here. Next literary device is metaphor. In stanza 1, uniform refers to the military of different countries. And in stanza 2, war's time compared to the winter season. In these two examples, metaphor is highlighted. Metaphor is a literary device which compares things. Next literary device used in this poem is repetition. It is used in the entire poem. You can see the word remember. The word remember is repeated 5 times in this poem. Another literary device used in this poem is enjambment, which means running lines of poetry from one line to the next without using any kind of punctuation to indicate a stop. Instances of enjambment in the poem are in stanza 1, line 2, 3 and 4. Finally, let's collect some important questions and answers from this poem. In the first number, we have 2 questions. The first one, beneath all uniforms. It's a line taken from the poem. What uniforms do you think the poet is speaking about? The answer is, the uniforms refer to those worn by soldiers belonging to different countries who indulge in wars and fights. Second one, how does the poet suggest that all people on earth are the same? In this poem, the poet says that all the people are the same in the following ways. First one, we belong to one human race. Second one, we walk on the same earth. Third one, upon death, we will lie in our graves in the same earth. Fourth one, during peace, we all enjoy the bounties of nature. Fifth one, during war and in the winter season, we all starve due to shortage of food. Sixth one, we all do a lot of labor with our hands. The final one, we have eyes which function in the same way. Question number 2. In stanza 1, find 5 ways in which we all are alike. Pick out the words. The answer is that the 5 words which indicate that we are all alike are: we walk, we breathe, we have eyes, we work with our hands, and we enjoy the bounties of nature. Third question, how many common features can you find in stanza 2? Pick out the words. The answer is, there are 3 common features in stanza 2. They are as follows. First one, we enjoy the bounties of nature and eat good food during peace. Second one, we starve during war and in winter season. And the third one, we have similar hands which we use for doing labor. Last question. Whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it's a line from the poem. When do you think this happens? Why? Who tells us? Should we do as we are told at such times? What does the poet say? You can see a lot of questions in the question number 4. Let's try to answer it. The leaders of any country tell the masses to hate the people of another country. They say so to fulfill their personal gains and benefits. The poet says that we should not follow them because when we hate our brothers, we hate and belittle ourselves. When we indulge in wars, we pollute and render the Mother Earth impure by laying dead bodies on it. That's all for the day. We have completed the poem and its explanation, and also we covered the question answers connecting to this poem. Thank you very much for watching.